Good morning, how are you? So today is a very thick snowstorm in New York City. If I have a chance before the end of this conversation, I'll show you the view from my apartment of New York City, completely clad in snow, looking beautiful. In any case, I'm continuing our conversations, and most of the questions are coming to info@jayo.com, info@jayo, Jiyo.com. Please download the website, jayo.com. Please download the app, Jayo, and please become part of our extended family so that we can collectively explore what is called reality and also upgrade our illusion of the world to a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful planet Earth. Why not? Since we are part of the illusion, why not upgrade the illusion? In any case, I also want to thank you at the end of the year and the beginning of the new year for having supported all this year. You are the universe discovering your cosmic self and why it matters. My next book is called The Healing Self and will be out in less than a month. So today I want to talk about freedom. Freedom from karma, freedom from illusion, freedom from delusion, freedom from the constructs of birth and death, freedom from fear, freedom from clinging, freedom from grasping, freedom from ego identity, freedom from attachment to anything that is not real. So in many wisdom traditions, including actually the Course in Miracles, there's a phrase, the unreal never existed and the real never ceases to exist. I'll repeat that. Yes, Burjit, the app is called Jayo, Jiyo. So coming back to what I was saying, my quote from various wisdom traditions and also from the Course in Miracles, the unreal never existed and the real never ceases to exist. So that's a pretty good place to start. Anything that's evanescent. Evanescent means of the nature of arising and subsiding, of the nature of impermanence, of the nature of dream, of the nature of simulation, of the nature of ungraspable, of the nature of unrealizable. All of that is considered, for lack of a better word, illusion. Okay, so to quote the Buddha, this lifetime of ours is transient as autumn clouds. To watch the birth and death of beings is like looking at the movements of a dance. A lifetime is like a flash of lightning in the sky, rushing by like a torrent down a steep mountain. So think of yesterday, think of an hour ago, think of a minute ago, think of a second ago. It doesn't exist except as a thought or an image in your mind, in your consciousness, in your awareness. Even the thought is ungraspable because it comes and goes. Every image is ungraspable, it comes and goes. And this experience right now is ungraspable because it's over as soon as it arises. So the only thing that stays constant in every experience is that which is called I. It's the most common word in every language, and it's the most common word that humans use. I am speaking to you right now. And the I that you call yourself is listening to me right now. I is the only constant in every experience, but the experience itself is ungraspable. Okay, so the experience itself is ungraspable. Nevertheless, if somebody is asked, where are you? If I ask somebody, where are you? Our usual response is, I'm here. In other words, I is somewhere here in this that we call the body-mind. But the body-mind itself, that which we call a person, is ungraspable. Which mind and which body? So current science tells us that your journey as a body-mind started at the moment of conception. So at the moment of conception, when a sperm and an ovum met, there was the formation of what is called a zygote. Same thing as a stem cell or a pluripotential cell, which means all possibilities. And then that cell started to divide and became 2 and became 4, and within 50 replications there were trillions of cells, more than all the stars in the Milky Way galaxy. That one cell differentiated into heart cells, brain cells, skin cells, kidney cells, fingernails, hair follicles, eyes, nose, liver, spleen, every cell in your body. This is called differentiation. Differentiation. How the one becomes the many, the one cell. And this process is now thought to be a result of epigenetics. We're told that only 2% of our DNA is genetic material that codes for a protein. Intergenic DNA is basically what regulates how the cells differentiate, so how the one becomes the many. Now, of course, these are human constructs, but it's fine. This is the way we understand biology, which is a human system of thought based on certain principles. But nevertheless, you can see that that zygote, as an embryo, was a process. As a baby was a process, as a toddler was a process, as a child was a process, as a teenager was a process, and is right now a process. Okay, and that process is ungraspable. It cannot be held on to. So if you say, I am my body, then you have a problem. Which body are you speaking of? Because there's no constancy to the body. The only thing that would be a constancy to the body would be a photo, a selfie, a picture frozen in space and time. And so your body is ungraspable because it's a process. Okay. Similarly, that which we call the mind is ungraspable. No thought is graspable. It's an arising and a subsiding. No feeling, emotion is graspable. It's an arising and a subsiding. And no image in consciousness is graspable. It's an arising and a subsiding. So right now, as you're watching me, that image on your screen is not graspable because it's constantly shifting. And even if you close your eyes and imagine looking at me right now, that image is ungraspable. So this is what it really means, that all perception is ungraspable. All experience is ungraspable. All thought is ungraspable. All images are ungraspable. All feelings are ungraspable. The entire body-mind is a process that is ungraspable because it's an experience. And experience, by its very nature, is constantly shifting in every moment. Therefore, that which we call a person, this is also ungraspable. The only constant in all this experience is that which is having the experience. I is having this experience and this experience. So, what is I? What is it that knows this experience that we call mind, body, and world? What is it? And where is it? So, let us come back to that in 15 seconds, okay? So, where were we? We were saying that all experience is ungraspable. But that which is having the experience, that which we call I, is always present in every experience. It's present in the experience you're having right now, and it will be present when this experience is over and you start to have another experience. Okay, and that which we call I was present when you were a baby, but that experience is over and I is present in this experience. And I is always present, no matter what the experience. So when we say I, it possibly couldn't be the body-mind. Okay, because the body-mind itself is a process in I. I is not somewhere here. This process is in I, because all experience is in I. And I'm kind of pointing here, but actually I has no location, because I is formless. And because I is formless, it can't be seen. However, it is that which is seeing. I is intangible, but with I, there would be no experience of what we call the tangible that we try to grasp, but is ungraspable. Okay, that's why I said freedom is knowing you are not a person. Freedom is knowing that you're the timeless, intangible, formless, non-locatable, eternal being in which all experience arises and subsides as soon as it is born. So, how do we experience continuity? The continuity is the I that is present in every experience. So think of a bead, a mala. You know what a mala is, a bead, a necklace of beads. Think of each of these beads as an experience, and then as you move to the next bead, it's gone. And if you move to the next bead, it's gone. But the thread on which the beads exist as arisings and subsidings, the thread is always there. That thread is I. That thread is, Ramanand Dixit just said, silent awareness, in which the whole universe, body, mind, and everything that we experience arises and subsides endlessly in an eternal now. Freedom is knowing that. I just saw that Salongo said, so where is pain? Let me ask you this by posing a question. I'm pinching this right now. Okay, so as I pinch this hard, I experience some kind of discomfort or pain. So is the pain here, or is the pain in that which we call awareness? I'm asking you right now. Okay, when I touch this, then where is the sensation? Is the sensation here, or is the sensation in awareness? Is this experience and this experience here, or is it in awareness? You tell me. You tell me where this experience is. And Jose says the pain is physical. The pain is an experience in that which we call the physical. But I hope that by now, if you're following this, then that which we call the physical is an interpretation of a perception. And the perception itself is a movement in that which we call mind. And the mind is a movement in that which we call awareness. Of course, we have to use words. Somebody just said awareness is in the brain. In fact, I was watching a video this morning from a TED talk given by the neuroscientist Anil Seth. So if you have time, do look up Anil Seth's TED video. And basically in the TED video, Anil Seth, who's a neuroscientist, says that our conscious experience of that which we call reality is a controlled hallucination of the brain. While that might be partially correct, there is a flaw in that argument. Because if all of reality is a controlled hallucination in the brain, but the brain as a perceptual object is also an experience, so is the brain itself a controlled hallucination produced by other brains? So you get into a conundrum, right? How do controlled hallucinations create other controlled hallucinations? Because the brain itself is a perceptual experience and that which we call awareness. Reality is a big trickster. Reality is the big trickster. Reality is incomprehensible at the level of thought. And all we have is interpretation of our experiences, and those interpretations are thoughts. And thoughts are modulations of consciousness itself. That's why no system of thought, whether it is philosophy or religion or theology or scientific thought, no system of thought can give us access to reality. Only going to the source of thought can give you access to reality. So yes, somebody found Anil Seth on the internet. Anil Seth, brilliant neuroscientist. But I think as you see that, you will see that neuroscience has its own limitations, because neuroscience is a discipline developed by human beings based on looking at a perceptual object that human beings call the brain. In the deeper reality, if we really, really understand this, then you will see that everything that we call an experience is just a modified form of consciousness. That your body is a process, a modified form of consciousness. Your mind is a process, a modified form of consciousness. And that which we call the universe is a continuum of perceptual experiences which are modified forms of consciousness. In other words, there is only consciousness. Yes, Alejandro, the website is jayo.com, jayo.com. Okay, so why is this important to know? I think the only reason that it is important to know is precisely what I stated in the beginning of my talk. Freedom. Because consciousness is eternal, timeless, all possibilities. Therefore it is infinitely malleable. So if you are attached to the body as an experience, then it is malleable if you think of it as consciousness, not if you think of it as matter, not if you think of it as energy, not even if you think of it as information. It is malleable only if you know it as consciousness. So that's why it's important to know who you are. In reality, there are no colors in the real world. Colors are modifications of consciousness. In reality, there are no sounds in the real world. In reality, there are no textures in the real world, no scents, no fragrances, no odors, no tastes, nothing of the kind, no beauty, no ugliness. Why? Because there is no such thing as the real world. The real world is endless modulations of that which wisdom traditions call the self. And the same wisdom traditions, by exploring the self, come to the conclusion that the self of the individual is the self of the universe. Yes, non-local. Not locatable in space or time. Now, this is the real meaning of the Sanskrit verse in the Bhagavad Gita, which says, Prakritim swam vashtabhai vishrajami puna puna. Curving back within myself, I create again and again. I create the experience that I call mind, I create the experience that I call body, and I create the experience that I call the world. The experience is in what I call time, but I, the one that's curving back to create this experience, is not in time. This is also the meaning of the word Tattvam Asi. I am that, you are that, all this is that, that alone is. Also, this is the expression Aham Brahmasmi. I am the universe. I am that I am. I am that I am. All these phrases actually point to this idea. Vishrajami puna puna. Prakritim swam vashtabhai. Vishrajami puna puna. Curving back within myself, I create again and again. Eternally, timelessly, and now. All meaning the same thing. Okay. So, then I hope now I have clarified what it means when I say freedom lies in knowing that you are not a person. You're pure consciousness, pure awareness, expressing itself as the multiverse, infinite domains. Actually, if you read the Yoga Vasishtha, the great sage Vasishtha says, infinite universes come and go in the vast expanse of consciousness, like motes of dust shining through a beam of light. A great image. This is freedom. Freedom is knowing who you are. Jackie Lackman Hirsch says, I'm freaking out now. Well, it's a good freaking out, I hope. Okay? Freaking out from waking up into infinite freedom. Waking up into infinite freedom. So, the key is rest in being, rest in awareness, rest in existence. Existence and awareness of existence. the miracle of life. When you realize this miracle, when you understand that there is no explanation for existence or awareness in existence, then very spontaneously you have humility, you have bewilderment, you have reverence for existence, and you have the awakening of infinite love, which is the inseparability of all existence, which is who we are. This is called self-realization. I'm seeing all your comments, and I'm seeing that everyone is grasping this and understanding this and rejoicing in the knowing of what freedom is. Thank you.